Hello and welcome to the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships. It is day 2 out of 2 and the final categories are about to enter and climb on our giant lead wall in the middle of the stadium. My name is Matt Groom. I'm joined once again by the main man, Mr. Sebastian Depke. Good morning, Sebastian. What day it was yesterday, eh?
Hi, Matt. Yeah, what an exciting action here on the wall yesterday. I'm very stoked to see what we can expect today of our 2 final routes for our last sport classes that will compete today. And we have seen lots of action yesterday here on the wall on a completely different set of routes. And today we have our new set of sport classes entering the stage in a few seconds. They had some minutes before to observe the route, so they are now waiting behind the wall and getting ready for the first climbers to get on the wall.
Absolutely. We can see the sign on the screen, the Paraclimbing Championships, but we had some other ones as well. Yesterday, we had the speed for the women, the finals, and today is the speed for the men's finals. And over the next couple of days, we will go through boulder, lead, and all the rest as we find our world champions. Sebastian, your team mates in Team Germany won quite a few medals yesterday. How are they feeling?
Yes, there were 4 medals yesterday, so it was quite a funny after-comp celebration in the hotel. The hotel provided us some alcoholic drinks for free.
Oh, goodness me.
There was a rooftop pool party in the rain, and I got a new haircut.
Wow. Oh, yeah, I'm looking now. Well, you really did. I saw your Instagram. There was an infinity pool. Say no more. If you want to go and follow and see Sebastian's shenanigans after the competition, you can on your Instagram, right?
Yes, thank you. So I guess everyone was celebrating yesterday, everyone in his side and hotel. And I think there will be today, hopefully another celebration for many today. But yeah, for some for us like me, I will go to the airport tonight.
All right, well, you're out of here. Oh, my goodness me. So you're leaving. This is it.
Yes, right after the comp, I will go have a little sit-in, eat something, and then it's up to the airport.
All right, well, Sebastian, let's make the most of it then. Now, we're watching the observation period. This is where the athletes get to look at the routes, try to figure out how to climb them. And, Sebastian, I know you chatted to the route setters. So did you find out grades on this one, or are they being tight-lipped about that one?
Well, I got lots of information on the route. It will be interesting to see how our athletes can deal with it. Yesterday we saw, let's say, a mixture of styles in our routes. Every angle of the wall has his own complete different characteristic. Today it's a bit more, let's say, harmonized, the style of the route, but still they have some interesting features built in. So I heard something about an elevator door. We have got maybe a paddle move and other interesting features that our athletes hopefully show to us in a few minutes.
Elevator all sounds good. Oh, this is a nice shot. So this is the backstage area, the warm-up wall, or isolation as it's called. This is where we keep our athletes so they don't see the other climbers perform. And it's a space to warm up. You can see the speed holds on the right-hand side and a variety in like a spray wall fashion. And Sebastian, when you warm up, what kind of things are you trying to do back there?
Yes, first I just do a general warm-up for the body just to remind him, okay, time for action. So after this general warm-up, I do some very easy moves and try to heat up all parts of the body step by step. I do then more specific moves and try to get slightly into the beginning of a pump. And I try to get this, let's say, half an hour to 1 hour before the climb, so that the body has enough time then to cool down, to recover, and to be ready just on point.
Wonderful.
When the climb starts.
Well, it is time for them to be on point because our first athletes are being introduced. We have the RP3 and for men and women. RP classes. What's
RP2 women is on there as well, yes. So RP stands for limited range power. That means neurological or physiological impairments which lead to an impairment that is sometimes not that much visible, but it is there. So especially if it's a higher number, so RP3 for example, that's the least impaired RP sport class that we have. RP2 is a bit more severe impaired, while RP1, we had them yesterday, are the most severe impaired. So now our athletes are presented here one by one to the public. And, yeah, that's the last moment. where you are, so to say, like in public, the next time they come out of the stage, it's time to climb.
Yeah, and it's certainly a very intense moment. You've gone for the silence and relative peace of isolation out towards our audience, and you're greeted by a lot of noise, and obviously your heart levels, sort of go, your heart beats faster, you get more excited, but you've got to control it somehow.
Definitely, definitely. The public is always like kicking in, and this is something you cannot practice, right? There's a lot you can practice before climbing. You can prepare yourself, you can run through a different simulation, but nothing prepares you from standing on a world championship stage and looking into the faces and into the bright lights. And we imagine like, how can I actually see something here? And that's, you can only get experience.
Well, I tell you, they need to get experience because, of course, the Olympics, Paralympics, we are now in the Paralympics. And Sebastian, I know you played a big part in helping with that process. So congratulations with it. Which classes are going to be featured in that?
Thank you, Matt. I've been the chair of the Paraclimbing Commission for the past 6 years. So I was part of the team who filled out the application papers who were sent to us, the IPC.
You did admin.
Exactly. Part of all the conversation, negotiations and considerations behind the scenes, which lead to the almost impossible. Because when we started, Marco Scolaris, the president of the IFSC, put it in his strategic plan from 2020 to 2028 to have both paraclimbing and sport climbing. Sport climbing with 3 sets of medals in the Olympic Games, and he wanted to have paraclimbing into the Paralympic Games. Many said to us, experts from the scene, this is way too short time and you don't have a chance, but give it a try and learn the application process. And that is what we did. We tried the impossible. And you know, if you don't have a chance, just use it. And that's what we did, and we finally succeeded. We're in the Paralympic Games. We have 4 sets of medals in LA. So the sport classes that are in will be AL2, men and women. So that's the leg amputees or limb deficiency for lower limbs or upper limb. We have the AU2 sport class, both men and women. They were climbing yesterday as AL2. That's the arm amputee upper limb. Then we have men's RP1. That's my sport class, the most severe range power limited sport class. They were climbing yesterday as well. Also men, women included there. And then we have men B1 and women B2. Those are the visually impaired sport classes. The most severe and the mid-severe level of impairment are included in LA 28.
So we do have to shrink some of the categories because we do have over 19 sometimes at paraclimbing events.
20.
So 20. So we can't have every category in the Olympics.
Well, it's you get a set of athlete quota assigned to your sport and also a medal quota, and it's up to the sport to put up a proposal, and then within the negotiations the IPC decides how much quota and medals you're gonna be granted for the Paralympic Games, and that can change from edition to the Games. There's a total number of athletes which is limited at the Paralympic Games, like for the Olympic Games. So every athlete who is on stage for paraclimbing now was a place that was granted before to another sport. So everything we get was taken away from someone else.
Oh, when you say it like that, that's devastating.
For the sport who has to give away starting places for sure.
Wow.
And that can happen to anyone, right? It can happen that if we're on that stage, we have to deliver, we have to perform, and we are working hard for that. And the goal is for sure to grow, but to be realistic, there's also another way. But we don't focus on that. We focus on getting our best, like our athletes here on stage. And I'm pretty sure LA 28, the road has just begun. We are on it already for some time, but now it's getting real, you know? Because at the next World Championship, the first Paralympic start places will be granted to our first athletes, who will then become Paralympians.
So exciting, Sebastian. And we were watching some of the gold medalists from yesterday. It was Andrew Nedsela there, I noticed on screen as he came on, and he'll be one who will be going for gold at LA. So
no, the AL sport class is not part of
LA. Sorry,
no.
I didn't listen to what you said.
No, but for example, Kevin Barker, AU2, that's one gold medalist who has a fair chance of scoring high in LA 28.
Okay, well, all that is to come. Right now, we turn our attention to our stage here in Seoul, South Korea. It's almost time for the athletes to enter through those curtains you can see on the left-hand side onto the stage. There are two routes, one on the left, one on the right. The purple, yellow into a black section, thin crimps up high, and on the right-hand side, you see these big, colourful volumes in use by our setters. After some SM holds, the brown with this sort of Korean pattern on them, and again a head wall which looks pretty coordination style and slopey on the right. Right, Jamie Bardek is on for the Netherlands, part of men's RP3, and for the women,
that's Lena Schöllig from Team Germany, women's RP3, starting to get ready on the wall. And yeah, greetings to Jamie's son David, who's watching us right now, and also greetings to your whole school class. I hope you're watching, you're enjoying. Cheering for your dad, who's getting ready now, just taking the last look on the route.
We're live in a school, Sebastian. This is worrying.
Well, in Europe, it's, I think, at night now.
We'll have to behave right now. Right, Jamie Bardek is underway. In fact, so is Lena. Still has some time left on her countdown clock. Now she's pulled on, and here we go. Jamie climbing very fast down low.
Yes, he just took off and is already in the, has reached the big overhanging part of the route now, traversing onto the left. High foot there. So Jamie has an artificial hip, which limits his flexibility on one side, while Lena has an autoimmune disease, which leads to a less strong and flexible arm on her left side.
And Jamie flicking through some quite complicated series of holds here. You've got to be precise, and this is confident stuff from him. About a quarter of the way up now. Traverses, cuts loose and swings and drops in. That's cool to see.
Oh yes, that's this first section where our route setters predicted that we might see some interesting solutions. Now trying to get a little rest there. Wow!
Well, we see this in the able-bodied all the time. Heels above your head, trying to find a rest on a jug. And he will know that from here on there won't be much other opportunity to pause as things get steeper and steeper. And right foot on what looks like no texture there as well.
Now crossing through over to the right. Can he solve it? Yes, easy. Just skipping the lower banana hole there. Putting the high feet on the left and moving on confident to this V-shaped section there.
And then Lena on the right-hand side, she's pausing. This is those SM holds I was talking about, the beautiful design, and there's no texture where the design is.
Okay, so just the part where there's some screw-on holes, there is friction where you can hold on. The rest, better don't try to place your foot there.
Exactly that.
So Lena now has to cross over to the left, over this stalactite structure. And we lose Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie going up towards the head wall, crimps. Couldn't find the right arm, but he's celebrating there, happy with that performance. And then Lena has what looks like almost like a knee scrub in underneath.
Nice solution crossing over there. It's a bit like a cross through and down move like we saw yesterday also on the right route. So if you want to look into the finals yesterday, they're available online.
Yep, they're free to watch.
Check it out, the action there, but we move on now, as Lena does. Now towards the end of the big overhang.
Yeah, she's still on the wall with 3 minutes 23 to go. Has slowed down her pace on this section. Goes right. She just about gets that right hand. That elbow is going up slowly.
And we lose Lena there. Well, that was a quite intense move. Just having to press up against your leg in this overhang, but strong performance from her.
Yeah, the para climbers from the other day watching on, they understand what it's like to compete on the stage. They've done it all before. And I got to say, I would definitely want to go on the first day, so you can sort of relax on day two. Because for the athletes on stage now, they've watched their fellow climbers compete yesterday, and all those nerves and feelings would have been building up. Okay, next up is Camille Collier from Belgium. Good to see Belgium represented as well.
Yes, we see at least one AL2 athlete later on stage. So, yeah, teams get bigger and bigger over the years. That's good to see. And we really see, especially now with the Paralympic status, more and more countries get involved. Every team is growing year by year, and it will be interesting to see how the felt develops over the years. So my prediction is, if you're in finals now easily, it's not granted that you have a place for the Paralympic Games.
Oh, goodness me, they're going to have to train hard, aren't they? Marina Diaz, we just saw her introduced on the right-hand side for women's RP3. She's a bit of a legend in the sport, won multiple medals along the way.
Oh yes, and Team Brazil also with multiple people here on the field of play.
Camille goes into a figure four for a second there.
Whee!
You do not see that in paraclimbing very much.
Actually, I've never seen it before.
No,
That's the first time.
I think it was more that he got a bit tangled up rather than it was a sort of an aid.
Yeah, he put the leg in. I thought, like, maybe, no.
Yeah. Yeah, figure four is when the athletes loop their leg over their arm, and it's useful for sort of gaining a bit of height on a move, but not really for resting, so that's why we were surprised to see it.
Right. It's more often seen in ice climbing, right?
Exactly, although it was originally a rock climbing move, and then ice climbing developed it.
Interesting.
All right, Diaz, slow and steady down low, making sure of the movements here.
So, Marina now approaching those two triangular volumes where Rutsata said they created some kind of elevated door situation there. We have got to cross from the left side over to the right.
Camille's in trouble. He pops his feet, finds the left foot. He's on the crimps, and I think he might have gone above Jamie's high point here with this. Yeah.
And he moved so quick through the overhang, which is good to save some energy. But now it looks like he's in trouble. Oh!
He is in trouble. Down Camille comes, but he is our new provisional leader. 4 athletes in this class, so he's not guaranteed. Oh, he is guaranteed a medal, sorry, yeah. So he's guaranteed at least a bronze medal at this point.
Yeah, there we see the replay of his interesting move. That's the way he ended up there.
Exactly.
Yes.
I think it was more position than anything else.
Oh, but solved in a very, very smart way.
Jamie launched. He went with the heels first.
So Rutsata has put some really interesting stuff there on the wall. Yeah, he was definitely pumped there. The ending towards the top is quite technical, and depending on how much power you already lost down below, there's not much left for those precise moves which I needed here.
Tadashi Takano comes onto the stage. He was very active in the presentation at the beginning. It is great to see him having a good time out there.
So, Marina crossing over to the left, losing feet for a short moment, but managed to keep on it. Like big tick marks here on the volumes to guide the climber towards the exact position where the screw on hold is on those big volumes. So this way, even if your head is close to the wall, you still know where to grab the good position.
Yeah, Marina looking good. She just quietly got on with it on the right-hand side. Tadashi climbing less slowly than Camille and Jamie, who just stormed through the bottom of this wall.
Marina shortly hesitated on the way to get the leg around the rope, but managed to move on. So that's the selection where we lost Lena early on. Marina now reaching it and doing the next move that puts her at least in a medal position.
Yeah, she's into the head wall now. This is where things get a little bit more slopey and pinchy up there. We follow her up as she's now turned the angle. So less steep, but more techie is generally the way.
The head wall climbing looks like, yes. The root set has made here an interesting set of moves, which gives her a little option to shake out there. But it's an intense press-up move there, so there's not much option to rest, and she has to move on. Big move over to the left, and we lose her there.
Yeah, Marina Diaz falls halfway up the head wall. Tadashi, by the way, did a pretty interesting method to bridge the gap between those volumes. He started with the feet on the left and then launched right, similar to Jamie, but a little less dynamic, a bit more static.
It'll be very interesting to see what else we see here to solve this section.
This is a replay of Marina on the stalactite, as you call it, which is a good way to describe it.
No feet cross through downwards move there.
So dynamic, these power routes.
What a strong performance from Marina. It puts her safe, at least in a bronze medal position. and yeah, I lost her a bit further up.
And we lose to Dashi as well. Well, it was good from him. He kind of shrugs. It's going to be below our 2 current high point, so not going to be guaranteed a medal. I think that will leave him in 4th place if Kazi Heiko gets the highest point.
So one more climber to come, who will decide then on the final position here.
Yeah, Momoko is on for Team Japan on the right-hand side.
So for a very short second now, it's just Team Japan on stage, right?
Very true, yeah. We'll have the 2 teammates climbing together in a second.
Team Japan is a good example on a team that evolved year by year, step by step, to a bigger and bigger and stronger team. And Team Japan has one of the most legendary athletes, for example, in our visually impaired sport classes that competed yesterday. So lots of interesting action you can replay there online.
Yeah, Kazuhiko Yamashita.
So now just Team Japan on stage. Still. Men's RP3 on the left, women's RP3 on the right.
Yeah, Momoko shakes out, scots on that volume, comes up with the left hand.
Now let's see how she solves the elevator door. She just moves on, gets the feet over.
We should explain elevator door. What we mean by that is, imagine an elevator door is closing, or a lift door if you're in Europe is closing, and you try to hold it open. It's kind of pushing with your shoulders and your hands in opposite directions.
Exactly. It can also be used in case of crack climbing technique is not there or not possible for whatever reason.
Now we have, just by the way, had a bit of a technical incident come through, which is there is no clock running for Momoko on the right-hand side. So we'll let you know about that. But yeah, currently she's not being timed, which could be problematic.
The jury is also controlling the time in multiple ways. So there's 6 minutes of climbing time available for climbers.
Yes, but in terms of the athletes, they need to be informed about the time. So we'll have to see what happens there. It could be a technical call on this one. But as you say, unless she is timed out, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it.
Yesterday we didn't see a single timeout, right? It happens sometimes in visually impaired climbing because they tend to climb a bit slower and more static. But in IFSC power climbing, route setters try to build the routes in a way that our athletes are not running into it. So new solution here from Kazuhiko.
Yeah, this is similar to how his teammate did it, but his teammate did it way more wildly. He's nice and static through there, and that, although it will cost him a little bit of tension energy, it's because it's less dynamic. He will have saved something. He doesn't rest at all on the jug.
Oh yes, but constantly moving on, now trying to get the feet up, struggling a bit, and meanwhile Momoko here losing feet, trying to get it back on, just dangling there, and yes.
Yeah, she nearly slipped on the down climb then, didn't she? Down climbing is such an awkward bit of climbing skill to have, and it's utilised quite a lot in World Cups.
Yes, and especially in a 35 degrees overhanging roof.
Pretty intense, isn't it?
Now placing the hook there on the right, moving up with the right, sorting the feet over, and now crossing out to the right. Pretty intense move there. Now into this undercling.
Kazuhiko is doing well here. Thin moves though, blocked by the setters, especially with that right hand. Oh wow, and a big cut loose as well.
Now Kazuhiko on his way to the head wall, where it gets less steep, but still I think 15 degrees overhang there. So Momoko exactly on the same position. And the overhang, and we lose her.
Yeah, Momoko is down and done with that run. We stick with Kazuhiko, so time will not have been a problem for her.
No, definitely not. She's still looking up and maybe asking like, was that enough for a podium?
Exactly, the coaches tend to tell you pretty quickly if you are a world champion. This is her replay.
So our judges will confirm the rankings in a few moments. But then there's still one more climber to come. Natural from the US will approach soon on stage. And We lose Kariuko. He's lowered back to stage and asking his coach, and he's smiling already.
Yeah, he's back down and out.
And I think he knows it already. Kazuko, according to our judges, is our world champion. And we see already Natural being tied into the rope. Our last climbers for the women women RP3 sport class. Now turning back to the crowd, getting confirmation that she's ready to lift off. And here we see the replay of Kazuko, our men's RP3 world champion, solving this interesting section in between those two bulgy volumes in the overhang.
Yeah, this was him, tense at the top of the lead wall. Came into the side pull, pinch, slipped, fell. No
Our first world champion for this paraclimbing session today, Matt.
It's a great job by him. He's our gold medalist, and what a performance. Now, Nat Varel, she could take this here, the final athlete out, and she's one to watch. So Nat
Varel does it for the cross through. Easy and confident, moving up there.
Yeah, no elevator door needed on that one.
It will be interesting to see how the other sport classes with other impairments solve this section later on.
Well, that's what's so fascinating about it, isn't it? Because, you know, a setter can set a route that we expect to be done one way by one classification, and then it completely changes for another. Like exactly. The dyno yesterday.
Yes, yes. Some solve it statically. Some had to jump. And we saw, no matter the sport class, we saw a solution that worked for all of them. So Natural moving confident here up through the overhanging part of the route, now crossing through, no, not crossing, just reaching over to the left.
Yeah, this is a good hold, but things get pretty tricky from here on out. Comes into the left hand, matches on the stalactite, round the corner. They're good holds, but you've got to do this cut loose and then bring the feet back in somehow.
Oh, bring the foot. There's some kind of a knee bar she's trying to place there.
Yeah, we saw some athletes try it.
Yes, I talked to the route setters. They said they can try, but it's a bad one, so cannot make much use of it.
Yeah, good work from Nat, using those heels really nicely, take a bit of weight off your arms, and you can see how straight her arms are as well. So resting between the sequences.
A Natural needs every bit of energy from her arms and shoulder in the upper part, so every little bit she can take off with an intelligent hook down below is well appreciated here. Come on, Nat. Confident moving up into the head wall now. Now she's approaching the more and more technical section. She's already in a provisional medal position, but we don't know which one it is yet.
Yeah, it'll be updated in a minute, but she's onto the head wall now, struggling really for the first time. Leans back to have a look at what's above her. As underclings up there. Searches for a higher left foot, but she can't find one at the moment.
So can she match the high punt of Marina Diaz in 45? No. Come on, Nat. Fighting hard here. Doesn't know where to place the hands. Trying to sort the feet. And we lose her.
I'm not sure that's going to be enough to beat Marina Diaz, you know. We'll wait for the update. She's a bit disappointed as well. And yeah, I think that is confirmation that she's not the champion.
Marina was already at the section higher, where she pressed against the volumes above. So Natural confirmed now as the silver medal, and that means Marina Diaz from Team Brazil is our world champion in the women's RP3 sport class.
Very cool. Well, listen, we're going to swap you out, Sebastian. Bring another one of our athletes in for a bit. So we'll see in a second, and we'll be back with you in a couple of moments.
Next up, we will be beginning the RP2 women's category on Route 2 of the rank. First, representing the USA, is Megan Gleason.
이번에는 여자 RP2 그룹의 오른쪽 뼈 미국의 메간 클래스 선수 출발합니다.
Right, where we're watching Megan Gleeson about to climb on women's RP2, but I've got a very special guest here in the commentary box. Rachel, how are you doing today?
Good, good. Excited to be here.
It's lovely to have you here, and I know it's been a bit of a journey for you to get to this stage.
A little bit.
Yeah, just tell us a little bit about that.
I think like actually everyone's on a journey. I'm not special. There's a lot of athletes here today that have pushed through a heap of barriers and challenges. So I'm just stoked to be here, and it's really exciting to be able to celebrate some phenomenal men and women on the wall today.
It's been good, hasn't it? Team New Zealand being represented by you really, really well.
Yeah, the whole team.
Yeah. All right, well, Megan Gleeson is underway. And what do you think of these routes so far, having watched some of them?
Well, they look fun. I'm really loving the campus section in the middle of the women's route here. It looks like people have so far taken that on a different way each. And I love the way they've added in the traverses back and forth. So we're seeing longer routes, athletes needing to pace themselves, pick out their rest spots. Perhaps they might be doing that from the bottom before they pull on. I know that's, immediately I'm looking at them going, oh yeah, this looks like a good spot to just run the clock down a little bit. But that'd be different for each athlete and what their strengths are. I think that we'll also see some athletes today that come out charging and move through really quickly.
Yeah, I feel like this year the setters have really pushed the limits of what's possible for the athletes, which is always quite a risky thing to do.
Yeah.
Because obviously it can go wrong.
It can, and I think there's a lot of grace to be had as an athlete for our setters. They're putting in a lot of mahi, a lot of work, and we're all different, we all climb different, and we each know in our respective sport classes there's a range of abilities, and the way we adapt to that is, that's very unique. So routes are going to suit different athletes different times, and that's part of the long distance game, really, knowing that sometimes it goes your way and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, we saw back and forth with her feet. She literally slides off that hold, and I bet that's going to hurt the skin. She did not want to let go of that one.
No, but you can see the smile. She's like, enjoyed the moment.
Yeah, we are just going to be focusing on women's RP2 here. We'll come back to the two sets of athletes competing after this run. Yeah, we had that close-up of her feet. There's a jib up there, but it's a bit no texture, so it's pretty difficult when you are kind of coming back and forth underneath yourself, and it seemed like she burnt out a little bit there. All right, our next climbing on, Matoi Futohashi from Japan is out and about.
I've really loved seeing the Japanese team here this year, and loved seeing the way all of their athletes are down supporting each category, even if they're not in finals themselves.
Yes, we do have a Japan Masters event happening, actually at the same time as the Laval World Cup. So Japan taking its paraclimbing very seriously, which is good to see.
A really consistent participation from Japan in all of the events. We're seeing them show up every time, and I think that consistency is going to pay off for them all as a team in the long run.
I agree with you. Right, she tried to search. The bit of friction she's looking for is way further than she tried to find there. Much better.
She's got it.
You had to adjust those feet in order to make the stretch over to the right. And then jibs on large volumes. And this is the foot section that we saw Megan struggling on just now.
And we did notice in qualifiers as well, the setters really like adding in that technicality in our footwork. That's something that I think different athletes have struggled with.
Yeah, exactly right. She goes into the elevator door move, decides to cross through with the left arm. It's a super shouldery way of doing this.
Smooth though, she's made it through.
This is the tricky footwork section to come. And I think that's smart, moving away from the black volume as fast as possible. That right hand, though, is not really a hand. It's kind of an intermediate at best, more of a foothold.
Is that one giving us a point there on that right hand, or?
Not too sure. If you've got a topper, you can maybe check it.
I'm trying to figure it out.
To me, it looks like a foothold. She does move through it onto the jug above.
Yeah, so no points on that one.
It's tempting, isn't it, when you've got a hole right in front of your face?
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, done that before.
Right, she's got kind of a half knee scrubbing on the left-hand side, fighting hard here. And there are some jugs in order to shake out up here.
I wonder if she's going to rest here or, yeah, reset.
Shouldery moves. Just about wraps the fingers around that right hand.
You can see the smiles on her teammates there.
Yeah, this will be the new high point, so she'll be our provisional leader and will be guaranteed a medal with this. Slides on the SM holds up high. Every athlete is looking down at their skin. I think there's a lot of friction on those holds. So Matoi is our new provisional leader.
Epic.
Good work from her. Just two to come now, Emily and Jasmine. Jasmine, the favourite for this round, you've got to say, Jasmine Plank.
Jasmine has been a very seasoned athlete. She's been on the circuit ever since, as long as I know. A lot of experience in route reading.
And Rachel, is your plan to continue World Cup climbing next year, or is this to be decided at another date?
I hope so. I think a little bit of indecision there in funding, which, a lot of us are dealing with. But hoping that the move for seeing the Olympics and seeing that coming up might make some pathways for us. Either way, I'd love to be all in all the way through to LA 2028. I think we have a real opportunity to, give our sport a bit of a showcase and make a pathway for the future.
I agree. Okay, up next is Emily. Emily steals front as she stands out of the chair onto the wall. And here we go. Now, reach is going to be quite difficult for her on some of these moves, especially on this elevator section coming up with those triangle volumes.
Yeah, she's found her feet there really smoothly, though, no hesitation.
So makes the match, comes out, hitting the jibs. There's no tick marks left by the setters. They are pretty easy to see, those green jibs.
It's always nice when you're at the bottom and you do see a tick mark and you know there's going to be a little relief up there.
Exactly.
Nice.
Now this is the part I think she's going to have to get a bit dynamic on here, or really bring the feet high, because now that's good footwork from her. Well thought through.
Match.
Yeah.
It's going to give her a bit more power moving up, having two hands on that.
Right, now she'll rest, contemplating the next section. Things get steeper and steeper as she goes.
Yeah, for those watching, if you're not into climbing, this is the section where the route's going to ramp up pretty quickly. You're getting into steep work, and it's going to put a lot of fatigue into muscles and more power required. Interesting, she's doing that with a leg on there. I looked at this from the bottom and thought, if I was on this, I would definitely pop like a leg in for a good rest.
Yeah, it's a pretty good hold, isn't it? You can almost lie into that thing.
Not a lot of rest moving on from here. Just taking it where she can get it and powering through.
Yeah, 4 minutes 16 on the clock. This is a big bump with the right hand.
Come on.
Unless she's going to cross with the left and change a bit. I think she's still going for the bump here.
She's going.
Oh, she needs to upgrade the feet. Yeah, I think the left is much better decision.
She could come in for a match there in hand swap if she needed.
That will have cost her a little bit of energy, though. She almost did the move twice before resetting.
You can see she's putting a fight, ready to fight there.
Emily goes. And we'll have to wait and see where that leaves her at the moment. Emily's looking for some kind of confirmation from teammates here where she comes.
You know, that is like a moment you come off the wall as an athlete. You have no idea. Spectators are watching and have a bit of a no, but you come off and there's so many emotions all of a sudden, but you're just left sort of guessing.
I tell you, it's left her in the top spot, 25 plus.
Nice.
Out in front of Matoi there, so that is guaranteed.
So she is on the podium.
Yeah, exactly. Guaranteed a silver medal at this point with just Jasmine Plank to come.
We've seen a strong show of support from Team Austria here this week.
Yeah, we're just seeing a replay of that move, swinging down eventually, but what a performance from her to claim at least the silver medal. Right, there is Jasmine Plank, heavily taped up. Do you know, battling with any injuries here, or is this just prevention? All on that left side.
I'm unsure.
No.
I know that particular tape can be great for activation, so sometimes it is used to get your muscles to fire a little. And she started off quick.
Okay, so Jasmine on the crimps, reaches around the corner to hit the friction surface. Got to be careful on that hold. It's an interesting one, especially when you bring your feet up. It's like ice standing on those no-techs.
Yeah, that was an interesting development in the sport, wasn't it? How can we make it harder?
Yeah, the second I saw that coming, I was like, one day there will be a no-tech strip holder, and it was only a matter of time. We've now seen it.
Hot minute.
Not sure quite what my personal feelings are about it, but I'm glad we developed it.
It just makes it spicy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you can hear the crowd really getting in behind Jasmine.
Up to the first of the bucket jugs here. Good holds to be had. And choosing to rest down here. Yeah, the thing is, if you come into that lying position with your feet high, you are actually on worse handholds.
Mm-hmm.
So, through on the jugs, into the stalactites now. That beautiful colour pattern on display. She searches for a feet, finds the left, and she goes for the bump.
She went right.
The audience enthralled by what they're seeing here. Jasmine Plank is climbing her way towards the gold medal here. Oh, maybe not. Well, we'll wait and see exactly where.
Does that put us in a tie?
I think that might be the silver medal.
It could be. That would be a little bit of a mix-up in the rankings for...
Jasmine looks exhausted, and she hasn't done enough. That's silver medal for Jasmine Plank. So that means Emily takes the victory, and you can see how hard she's breathing there.
Oh, you know, we have seen a mix-up in yesterday's finals as well, and some of our perhaps expected rankings, and I don't think it's bad for the sport, but it's hard for the athletes.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? We saw a lot of the favourites take away the golds, but you know, every now and again to mix it up is interesting for us. But you've got to feel for Jasmine Plank here. It happened so quick. She looked okay on the match.
She nearly had it, and then
gone. Well, Rachel, I think you just wanted to do one session.
One little bit, back to the final. I've got my son here this year for the first time having one of my tamariki with me. He's worked his butt off to come and enjoy it, so I'm going to go sit with him.
Of course, Rachel. Well, thanks for
having
joining me, and always welcome, and best of luck for next season. I do hope we'll see you again soon.
You will, for sure.
Thank you, Rachel.
Take care.
Right, well, we're looking at confirmation of the results from the previous category. Marina Diaz, good climb from her. Not the last out, but 45 plus puts her in the number one spot, followed by Nat and Momoko, laying it down in fourth in women's RP3. And then Emily takes the victory over Jasmine and Matoy in women's RP2. So, Sebastian, you were watching carefully there. Bit of a shocker, bit of a surprise for Jasmine Plank.
Yes, I think so. Jasmine also said before that she has some health issues here in Korea because due to limited capabilities of bringing medications into this country, she's not in full, let's say, capability of taking the usual medicine that she's used to take. She's not the only athlete suffering from these conditions here, sadly. So that might have an effect.
Yeah, there are strict rules on what kind of medications you can bring into the country. Right, Nobuhiro is introduced, and we look at the athletes who will be competing in a couple of minutes in men's AU3.
So athletes are now being presented towards the crowd. We have now our men's AU3, the women's AU3 sport class, climbing up in a few minutes.
I like the new banging things the audience can be given to make a little bit more noise out there.
Yes, and there is some noise here in the stadium. I'm just sitting close to you and your co-commentator when I'm not commentating, and to be honest, I don't hear anything of what you said. So because it's so loud here in the stadium. We're not sitting in a protected cabin, we're just sitting behind the audience, within the field where all the spectators sit here in the stadium.
Yeah, we're in the middle of all the action.
That means it's loud, but this is the action, and it's super cool to feel it live and not being away from the action, maybe behind the wall and not even seeing it with your own eyes. So we're here in a premium seat position, and being able to comment for you all the action here on stage.
Exactly that. Well, the athletes filter off, and we wait for the next set. There is the president of the Czech Climbing Federation, who will be the next World Championship host after that.
Yes, 27, the World Championships will be in Brno, and there will be for sure qualifying game for the Olympic and the Paralympic Games.
Right, the next set of athletes are introduced to us.
Women's AO3, women's AU2, and women's AL2 now on stage.
All right. I interviewed her the other day for the grid walk. She was very excited to be part of this. Team USA, of course, bringing a big squad here.
Lucia Capovilla. And here we see Ursula Lempe. She has won so many medals. Our biggest candidate for the gold medal in AU2.
Sebastian, I'm actually going to kick you out because we've got a world champion behind us. So can we bring our world champion into the commentary box? Because I'd love to hear all of the news right from the action. Hello. Hello, congratulations.
Thank you.
Emily, what an amazing run. How was it today?
Oh, I'm actually Megan.
Sorry, Megan. What an amazing run. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How was it out there?
It was tough. It went to the right, which was my weaker side. So yeah, it was challenging.
So tell me about the route itself. Because obviously you've got literal first-hand knowledge of it. So
yeah.
A challenging one for you?
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, you get into that overhang, and yeah, it was definitely. There were a lot of rangy moves, so yeah, it was the challenging one. Obviously, I wish I could have gone further.
Yeah, exactly that. But obviously, coming straight into the commentary box, you're still processing all those emotions.
Definitely.
Are you still sort of proud of your performance here today?
Yeah, I mean, this is my first year competing, so my goal was to make finals and goal accomplished. So I'm very proud. I was surprised when I fell, so that's always a good sign. So.
Absolutely. Well, look, and in terms of looking ahead to the future, first season this year, you're going to be back next year? We haven't put you off.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to come back next year.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, well, look, thank you so much for joining me. A bit of an impromptu interview. We grabbed you as you walked past.
And you never know what could happen out here.
Exactly that. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
and,
you.
Yeah, have a lovely rest of your day and enjoy the rest of the finals.
Thank you.
Thanks. Right, we're looking at the women's AU2 starting list here. Solène Piret, the obvious favourite, Lucia Capovera, down in second. And then Lucy Jarige in fourth place. Sarah Larkin, by the way, we have a nice piece on the World Climbing Club, which is out. You can watch that on YouTube. And we can see again the athletes warming up backstage. With a little toe hook there from one of our athletes. Okay, we're waiting, Sebastian. We are waiting for our next round. I'm excited for them to come on.
Yes, men's AO3 on the left, women's AO3 on the right, and we love to have fresh new world champions here on the mic in the commentary box.
Tell us about AU category.
Yes, amputee upper limb 3 means the lowest possible grade of impairment for this sport class. So the AU3 sport class has missing fingers. So there's a wrist there by definition, and then the hand or the fingers can have multiple forms of impairments that lead to a completely different climbing style, because you can imagine finger pockets are, depending on the form, not that possible anymore.
No, and this is where the setters, obviously their job is to not set impossible routes for our athletes, or try to anyway, which can be challenging with multiple classifications.
Yes, but there are scientific studies about the relation of finger strength and the difficulty that you're able to climb, and so it's even more impressive that with missing fingers, you still have the option to climb very, very hard, because on the left we have here a 7C plus route, and on the right it's a route at about 7A plus to 7B, which is still possible even with impaired fingers, which is super impressive. So if you want to try this at home, for example, just tape the fingers on one hand together so that you cannot make your regular 7C plus on your gym and try to climb it like that. Or as a woman, take a 7B route and try how that is possible.
Pretty challenging, eh? Well, both our athletes are underway.
So, Nobuhiro Yasurawa and Orion Lipite, both now on the wall of first climbers for the AU3 sport class.
And the routes completely change with this new impairment. You see these differences that we're talking about. Out with her stump now, trying to wrap around these fairly juggy holds, and got to be still careful of the feet here.
So the route setters test and make sure exactly the way I described before, by just limited use of one hand to see if the route is possible for them. It must be equalized in a way that it doesn't matter if the right or the left hand is affected for sport class, and the route will be climbable or is climbable for both kinds of impairments.
Yeah, Oriane does this big stretch right. She's trying to find that the screw on the volume. She was a bit left of it. That's better.
And we see already, for this sport class, this route in this specific position, which was quite easily for all the sport classes that we saw before, is a different story here. So it's really challenging for her here to find a good position. It's really overhanging, more than 30 degrees, 35 degrees, I think. And with those big volumes, it's even more. So depending on your position, you're already hanging horizontally in the wall here.
Yeah, she wraps that left forearm around the hold, crosses through with the left, and a nice heel hook to get herself established here. This is good work from Oriane. Nobuhiro is about halfway through this wall. It's almost as far right as it will go. And then you drift back left and up from here.
Both climbers now almost at the same height here. Nobuhiro now in his horizontal position, crossing over to the left. Still confident.
Oh, Oriane falls. It happened quickly. We'll see a replay later on. She's disappointed by it, but that will be the high point. And as there's only 3 athletes in that category, she'll be guaranteed a medal from that.
Yes. So for Oriane, her impairment is congenital. That means she was already born like this. And this is the case for many others of this sport class as well.
Nobuhiro is struggling with this wrap, Sebastian. He went out with the right hand, now crosses over with the left.
Especially on those volumes where you really have to pinch on the corner to get the best spot to hold on. It's really special if you just have limited capabilities on doing this on one side. And we even have athletes who are affected on both sides climbing the sport class. Wait for later.
All right. Well, he is down. Nobuhiro is finished with that run. Started to struggle a bit with some of the cross-through moves at the top. 3 athletes to go for his class, including some big names. Let's see how he did the middle section.
Powerful move. Smart placement of the hook there, releasing the hand, moving over there. We see his final moves, where he got out of the steep part of the wall into the head wall, and there we lose him.
All right, Manka is underway on the right. Manka is underway on the right from Slovenia. Of course, we know the rich heritage of Slovenian climbing, so it's so good to have para-athletes represented for that nation as well. And then from the USA, Mason Kirk comes on, and he's underway.
Quickly climbing for the first few moves.
Yeah, Manta getting lots of encouragement here. She's up to the jug in the first possible rest, and she will take advantage of that.
So both are now on the steepest section of the wall, the mid part, the overhang. Mason crossing over to the left. So while Manka is already at those new volumes, I've never seen them before, by the way.
Yeah, they are new. We have a feature on them coming soon in the climbing club. Now, Mason not looking that smooth yet. I think still settling himself into this route, and I think this will be the move where he comes undone, goes feet first, crosses through. I love how many ways there is to do that.
And there we see the almost figure 4, but he didn't turn to the left. He released the feet before. Will be interesting to see which version is requires less power.
Yeah, we'll have to find out afterwards. We've seen multiple ways through that one, including Jamie's launch on the first one.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Mansa goes. So we'll keep an eye on scores here.
She's looking back up. Happy about the result. First, she was not too sure, looking at her face, on what to expect here.
And Mason goes as well. Yeah, I don't think he ever quite settled into that one.
Well, he started super quick. He then got, so to say, like interrupted.
Yeah, he needed 35 plus to jump ahead of Nobuhiro.
So Manka is in a now provisional first position. Just one more climber to come. There, on the right route.
Yeah, so she's guaranteed silver for her category. Good stuff. With Rosalind Schaupert to come. There is Team USA watching on. And then Michael Moore-Sapir comes on, losing all of his fingers in a mountaineering accident.
Frostbite. Due to frostbite, he lost all of his fingers. Well, that's no reason not to go climbing. So impressive.
Yeah, he climbs, I think, up to 8'8".
It's so impressive, yes. And Moore is already for a long time on the competition circuit. And a good example, because the AU3 sport class did not exist in the past. There's a picture of Moore and me sharing the same podium.
No way.
In 2017 in the RP1 sport class.
Wow.
So Moore over the year was climbing in many different sport classes.
Yes, he has been moved around a bit, hasn't he?
Yes, but now, since a few years, we have the AU3 sport class, which is specifically for this impairment. And that's a good example to see that if there is enough athletes available from a specific sort of impairment, there's room to change the setup and adapt to what's on the field of play.
Yeah, our classifier is doing a good job before the competition starts, and it's obviously an important part of this, but Michael Moore is very strong, and when he's on form, when the route suits him, this man cannot be beaten. So we'll have to see. And Rosalie Schaupert on the right as well, very, very good as well.
Yeah, we know Rosalie already, I think, since she's 13 years old just, and she was just waiting to become 18 and to be able to join the competition scene, and she sees on there, she's crushing everything. I think she never competed without making a podium.
Wow, imagine that stat. Yeah, your teammate, of course, Sebastian, and she's quickly through the jug. She's deciding to rest on the better feet, worse hands section. Not for very long, she goes through.
Yes, I have to correct just 2 times that Rosalie only made the 4th place, but that was due to being combined with other sport classes. An impressive set of medals here, as more Michael Sapir on the left also won a lot of medals over the past years.
Yes, he has. So perhaps one of the favourites. So he didn't qualify in the top spot. That is down to Bence Kirks, who'll be out last. He goes feet first as well. Has the right heel hook in.
Now struggling with the placement of the hand. Now switching back to the left. Looking around, trying to see if he can reorientate there. Getting the feet back down, or trying the other version. Hands first instead of feet first. Taking a pause. That looks a bit more solid.
Yeah, back and forth for Michael Moore, trying different things. He's got to release the heel, though. This is a big swing for him. Needs to find a foot quickly.
Question about the rules, Matt. If you reach the next hole with your feet first, are you granted this
No,
ranking?
you are not.
You're
no,
not.
It's got to be hands. Got to be hands.
Oh.
Right, Rosalind on the stalactite feature. Good flexibility to reach up high with that right foot in a position, but she has actually dropped away from it, now starts to go left into the heel, and will trust that to rock up towards the next jug.
Still looking confident there. And this is already really far up the wall, nearing the end of the big overhang. So Moss up here fighting hard there. Get away from those big bulgy volumes that created some interesting positioning. Tried feet first, switched back to hand first. So now asking for the crowd to support him more. Meanwhile, Rosalie's fighting on the right.
Yeah, she's fighting hard. Michael Moore with a big drop knee on the left hand comes up. And then a little bounce with the left hand. And another opportunity to shake here.
Come on, Rosalie. No. Into the head wall. Looking for a place to put her feet sorting out there. Shoulders already going up, and we lose her.
Yeah, she will fall just on the angle change of the head wall.
She doesn't know yet. She looks unhappy.
We think that's enough?
I think so, yes.
Michael Moore falls. And he doesn't know. He doesn't think so. No, I don't think it is either. And he's very disappointed with that one.
So, rankings are confirmed. Rosalie by far world champion.
Wow.
With a ranking of 40. And Manka following with 28. So that's 12 moves more.
What a fight from this lady then. Up on the head wall. Made it work for herself.
Rosalie Schaupert, world champion of the AO3 sport class. Congratulations.
HU2 category. First up, representing France.
So, final climber out from Hungary. Bence Kirks will climb to try to take the title away from Nobuhiro.
So for Benz, it's just the second IFSC competition. I talked to him a bit. He lost his fingers also due to frostbite in alpine climbing. So a bit similar to Moore, but just affected one side of his hands.
Dangerous activity up in those mountains.
Yes, there are some stories who are almost, I'd say, make you think as a climber, right?
Yeah, exactly that. They are dangerous, not to be played with. Right, Siloé Tetaz on the right-hand side from France.
If you look into the statistics, we can do a little guessing game also for you at home. If you think like impairments in Europe, I know the statistics a bit. And what do you think, how many % are congenital or acquired within the first year of your life?
Goodness me, Sebastian, I honestly wouldn't know where to start with it. Tell me.
It's just 4%.
Okay.
That means 96% of impairments happens later in life.
Wow.
Accident, diseases, war, terrorism. In other words, life is dangerous.
Yeah, what amazing. And it just shows that, you know, this is the reason that these athletes should be celebrated. You know, anything can happen in life.
Exactly, and no matter what happens, there's always a way. And our athletes, I'm so proud to be able to present them and to tell their stories. Like, every one of them is already a winner just entering the stage, no matter if they even made it to finals, because every individual has such a long way behind them, with so much need to overcome obstacles, to fight against yourself, fight against other, move limits that are there, to just do the next step.
Big barn door, he holds the swing. Bence with an early moment on the route.
So Siller on the right, passing the elevator door position, being confident there, now trying a bit to sort the feet, but meanwhile Bence in this big overhang. There he goes hands first, cutting loose with his feet, just campusing up. What a strong move from Bence. Bring the feet upright. Switching feet, reaching up with his left and going over. Come on, Bence. High feet. Not really sure on how to move on, hesitating a bit, getting loose with the feet, trying to sort the feet on the left again. That's intense. Now setting back, trying to reset, chalk up. I always tend to say like chalking means thinking. So you're thinking, okay, how do we solve this? Sometimes a high feet can put too much momentum outside of the wall, so your center of gravity goes so far back from the wall and you're not able to stay on the wall. So Ben's now solved it, reaching this banana-shaped hold on the right and moving on. I think he might feel much more secure now. Very smart foot placement here, a bit to the back. It takes a lot of load off his hands. So Siloé on the right, now nearing the traverse over to the left. Also trying to find a good position for the feet here. Requires really intense commitment here in order to stay on the wall. And we lose her. This, by the way, was the first climber of our AU2 sport class introduced in the meantime, so AU2. We also lose Benz, waiting for the confirmation of scores here. See in a few seconds, I can tell you if that was enough. And we have confirmation. Nobiuru from Japan takes the world champion title. Benz takes the silver medal. And Michael Sapir, the bronze medal. So now, on the left-hand side, we now see the next sport class coming up. We see men's AL2.
Right, Sebastian, sorry about that. I am back in action, and what a run that just was. Now, air climbing, trying to remind ourselves, because of course the athletes will have observed this quite a long time ago now.
Exactly. You have 40 seconds when you approach the stage until you have to start climbing. So we switch sport classes now, as I just said. On the right, we now have women's AU2, and on the left, we have men's AL2. So that means AL, lower limb or limb deficiency on one leg. And the climbers for the AL sport class, AL2 sport class, can decide whether they want to climb with or without a prosthesis.
Yeah, so the route changes once again. We go from arms to legs being the impairment, and the entire profile of this route is going to change.
And it's the same route. No change. Our route set has created something which is possible to be climbed with all different sorts of impairment, which makes it really interesting because we see so different types of climbing here, different solutions, but it's possible for all of them.
Yeah, exactly that. Right, Corey Ramos crosses through. Good work with the feet here as he comes up into the right hand for the crimp. And then Ruben, meanwhile, from the USA. As we know this route, you've got to hit those screw-ons, those jibs on the black volumes. Black volumes there for the feet more than the arms. Corey, big stretchy moves there for him. Comes into the right-hand side, makes a little bump over with the left. And he's stretched back. All right, so very, very stretched. Oh, he goes a big feet first move. That left heel way above his head. That's cool to see, but the unwind out of that move is going to be so difficult to do.
An interesting solution here. Climbing with the prosthesis gives you, for sure, the opportunity. You have 4 points of contact. We will see others later on without a prosthesis climbing. That, again, requires then a different style of climbing.
Yeah, personal choice and what you're used to as well comes into this.
Exactly, exactly. It's the only sport class which is allowed to use those prostheses here. And we see totally different types of prostheses here for climbing, different techniques, different types of climbing shoes. And if you climb with a prosthesis, you have an advantage if it comes to more like technical routes which are maybe not that steep, while you have some more extra kilos to carry if you're in an overhanging terrain. But it also gives you then also a bit more momentum to for pendulums. You can play with the weight of the prosthesis. So there are pros and cons for both tactics, but it's the personal decision of an athlete which one to use, with or without a prosthesis.
Oh, look how high Corey is on this route now. He's about to go. We lose Eleanor. But look at Corey as he starts, and Corey falls as well as he inverts, flips upside down. He's okay. That was a strong performance for our first few athletes out there.
So Eleanor in provisional first at the moment with a score of 27. Bit ahead of her competitor from France, was just 3 moves behind.
And that was the high heel, such a wild move down low. And then this was where it came undone for him, coming up off the pinches, giving absolutely everything.
Next up for the men's AL2 category, representing the USA,
So another USA athlete out as Ethan hits the stage here. 3 teammates in a row, in fact, will come on men's AL2.
It's the biggest sport class on the field of play, together with RP1. On the right, Lucia Capovilla now starting.
Yeah, a bit of a star, this lady. She was a big feature during the Arco World Cup last year.
Because she's living and training there. Grew up in sorry, I forgot about it.
She lives in
She
Italy.
moved to Arco because there she has the best climbing and training conditions. Last World Cup of the season last year was there in Arco, and yeah, impressive stadium.
Yeah, it was indeed, and I think it will be.
And it was history because that's where IFC park climbing started in 2011.
So Cabrera had. Oh, now this is a long way for her here. She tried to do it fairly dynamically. Now is going up on the heel, perhaps, rather than toe.
Okay, that's an early, I would say, like stop moment for Lucia here. She's now setting back, trying to not getting stressed too much.
Yeah, she's fully resetting on this route. You can see it. Oh, goes with
Now
the
crossing
right.
through. Yes, that's the way to go.
That was well done by her. Really had to think through that sequence. Tried to go with the left hand, changed it, went over with the right, but had to readjust quite a lot, and she will continue now.
Now, the elevator door solution for her will also be very different. Cannot see it right now, so we follow Ethan for the moment. Taking a little shakeout before he has to do the big move to the next one. So, Lucia, if you don't have that much reach, you need a completely different beta. The span in between athletes, there's a difference of a few centimeters in between them, but the athletes, the route setters know the dimensions and adapt the routes accordingly, so that there's no move technically impossible.
So you see it rests on the biggest hold in the route, the only really big hold over on the right hand side. Ethan's doing well, but now this section he's resting well. He goes for the big span,
Cutting those and just switching over with both hands. Yeah, that's a new solution. Have we seen this before?
Jamie did a similar thing, but it was a little bit more wild on it. He
Yes.
just went launch across.
Whoa! Slipping with the feet.
Yeah, the feet going all over the place here.
The thing is, with a prosthesis, you have very limited options how to set the foot. You cannot just let the heel hanging a bit down to get more friction on a slopey foothold, for example. Also, when we step on something, we feel if it's placed correct, right? You have no feeling through a prosthesis, though they every time have to look down if it's placed correctly.
That's a very good point, yeah. Yeah, because feedback saying, oh, and Ethan falls on the left-hand side.
So he does not know yet on how good this performance actually was. I think he was a bit distracted by the unexpected slip early on. But at the moment he's in provisional second position.
This is another hard move for Lucia here. You've got to really trust that left stump, but it's not in the best position, as you can see. She's got to launch around the corner.
Yeah, and there are no good footholds on the left. So
No
she
grip
really has
strength.
to come in. And we lose Lucia there.
Amazing grip strength from her. It was just a bit of an ask, that one. So with Céline Perret to go on women's AU2. She will be by far the favourite for this category, and we'll wait to see.
Lucia's just by half of a move, the provisional first place now. Will be interesting to see what our current world champion Solène Piré can do on this route. On the left we have Lee Schaffer, also from the US. Now on the wall, just starting first few moves. It's also a fun fact, we have 3 climbers, so half of our men's AL2 final is from the US.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it?
There she is, Solène Piré from France. Has won lots of medals every time women's AU2 were their own sport class and not combined with another sport class. Solène won everything.
Yeah, Lee now, USA teammate number 3, bumps to right. There is Céline Piré.
So now Lucia has the impairment on the left-hand side. Solen is on the right. So now we see again a different solution for this.
He's
route.
going for the campus. Straight away, knock-off spin.
And turning around statically. Slow and setting and campusing even further.
So cool.
Now engaging the feet. Shaking out a bit. That looks so relaxed from him. Wow. Now shaking again.
I'm not sure how... If I was a coach, I'd have something to say about this, but it's spectacular to watch.
It is. And to be fair, if you place a hook on those slopers, it might give you a different angle and even more pressure on your hands that might put you in a worse position, which might give you a bigger risk on slipping. So Lee moving confident further with a very strong climbing style. Strong, slow and static. But super controlled.
It's certainly working for him, isn't it? I just hope he saved himself a little bit for this next section.
And I always say, Matt, we need chalk in the commentary box. I'm sweating in my fingers if I watch this.
Yeah,
how strong is he?
Yeah, how much more? I mean, surely he can't keep going with this. Slim Piquet has hit the left hand.
Now Lee nearing the end of the overhanging wall, and we lose him there. Just slipping from those small holes there.
Perhaps the endless power eventually ran out for Lee. He's down. Wait for...
Applauding a bit and celebrating. I think he knew this was a really strong performance. I think he's smiling. He's happy with what he performed there. Look at the replay there.
This was the moment of the round, wasn't it, really?
Yes. He just got the hand loose there. That looks like a slip. But he's happy. And the moment he felt, he was already happy, so he knew already. He was satisfied with his performance.
Very strong from Lee. We'll have to wait and see. Quite a few to come from NZU2. AL2, sorry. Right, Solen. Right heeling. She's approaching the gold medal position here. Slowly.
But still a few for most to go. We know the gold medal position is exactly this stalactite structure coming up next for her. We see Frederick Lace.
He's had a haircut.
From Belgium, yes. I was thinking for a moment. Yes, Frederick also changed his hair. Frey is also, by the way, the athlete representative. Solen now in the position where we lost Lucia. There is high feet crossing through to the left. Wow.
That should be gold medal for Solen Piquet.
Yes, it is. She doesn't know yet. She looks exhausted.
It's just dominance from her, Sebastian.
Yeah, but she's breathing heavily. That costed a lot of energy. But what a move, and so good to see that this is possible.
Yeah, of course, we know that there's that she's won the gold medal. She does not. She will keep on pushing, keep driving forward, but we can just sit back and enjoy this from Solen Piquet.
Solen is heading for the top for sure.
But she's got the time to do it. Still 3 minutes left on the clock.
And we haven't seen any top yet, right?
Not yet. We saw one yesterday.
One yesterday, exactly. So Solen trying to sort the hands, first trying to cross through below, but now deciding to take the volume further up. So by far in the gold medal position already. Frey now reaching the overhang.
Frey with that very unique prosthetic that he uses.
Now moving on. Come on, Solen. Dynamic. Move to the right. Gets it. Placing the feet. Quick movements now here. The arms are burning. Come on, Solen. She doesn't know yet, but this is by far the gold medal position.
She's up beyond the angle change on the head wall now, Solen.
And I think this section is already the highest we ever saw on this route so far. So can Solen show us the top here?
Those 3 slopey holds, though, have yet to be touched by an athlete, and I think this is a real high crux for her.
So Frey already passed the interesting section in between those 2 volumes in the overhang. Solen sorting the feet, going over to the last moves.
Definitely
Trying to find a left foot here.
Definitely tired to slip. She goes, but Solène Piguet is your world champion yet again.
What a strong performance.
Unreal stuff from her. Let's see a replay of that again. This is where we saw other athletes struggle. The big, flexible drop down with the right foot.
So, rankings confirmed for Solène. 47, 20 moves more than the second place. 20 moves.
Unreal. It's true dominance.
It is.
In her category. I get the feeling, unless someone comes into the scene who's a sort of a Yanya-esque figure, I'm not sure Solène can be beaten until she retires. She just looks so dominant. Frederick is down as well as he's lowered to the ground, and
for the moment we have Frederick in the provisional second, but the first position is at the moment under appeal, so we are waiting for final confirmation of scores. So on the right now we have a new sport class underway. It's our last one, women's AL2. So not just AL2 action on the wall. It's the last sport class.
So tell us a little bit about AL2, Sebastian. Why is it new? Is it just because we've got new athletes coming through for the first time?
What do you mean?
Did you say it was a new sport class?
Yeah, because we just
I see what you mean. I thought you meant it was a new sport class.
No, a new sport class on the route.
Oh, I'm with you.
All good.
So,
the action moves on quickly, and just on the same route, there's no real interruption here.
I thought you were talking about something.
Yes, so we just celebrated the gold medal of Solène, and right a minute after, the next sport class launches on the same route.
She crosses that prosthetic under, and then from Japan, Shuhei Yuki reads the route.
Second to last start on this route, only one more to come after him. So we will be very interesting because now we get an idea more or less on how the podium could look like.
Yeah, I'll let you know if I'm updated. I should get some updates on if there are any appeals come through. I haven't yet.
So Corey Ramos from the US is currently under appeal who is at the moment in the first position. Frederick Lays provisional second. Well, let's see. 2 more to come.
Exactly. Lots of action here so far. Again, bumping that right hand. Look at this split she's pulling there with that right foot to get into position. Shuhei into this quite complicated little series of holds here. I think the top ones are mainly a blocker, so you can't use them for feet as much as you'd like to anyway.
But in theory there's enough space.
Yeah, you can tuck it under, but again, it just increases the difficulty of that move. You can still be very precise to hit it, and he's not using any of them.
No, just
this is strong
left,
stuff.
right. We do the no-hand method, facing the crowd, turning back in, and then he moves on. So you see, no prosthesis involved here, and a completely different style of climbing. So Shuhei is, I think, the only athlete within this field of competitors in the finals who's not climbing with a prosthesis.
Oh, she goes on the right-hand side, down and out.
So Shui moving on. Near the end of the big overhang, reaching out moving out right, almost slipped there, crossing through, yes, managed to stay on the wall, and we lose him there. What a strong performance. So now we're waiting for the final confirmation of scores, because I think this is already a medal position. He's looking around, asking himself, and yes, for the moment he's in provisional first. Yeah, only one more climber to come.
Great moves on the replay here. Back down, his eyes immediately went to the score. Look, he seemed to see around the corner to see what he got.
On the right, Tanya Chavez from Portugal. Now starting her route. So Tanya lost her leg due to cancer, which led to an amputation. And now we have someone new for the commentary box.
We do indeed, and this is quite a good timing because her teammate Thierry Delarue is on as well, and we're going to greet Selene Piret into the commentary box, who is our newest world champion to be joining us here today. Hello, Selene. I mean, what else can I say about you? You are one of the most dominant athletes I've ever watched on a screen. Congratulations. How are you feeling right now?
Right now I feel super tired and exhausted, and also happy but disappointed because I just fell for the top. I wanted to top and I just missed the hold, but it was a good fight, so yeah, I'm happy.
I like that. Disappointment when you are the world champion just shows what kind of an athlete you are. The fact that that's your mindset. The route itself, we're watching it now in action, obviously a different impairment, so it will be a different experience. But tell us a little bit about it.
It was really, really fun, really interesting, and yeah, as always, you have to find your way because the holds are quite far, and it's not the same for every athlete, depending on the side. So every move is different, but I think it's the same intensity for everyone. So this is what is really interesting about paraclimbing and route setting in paraclimbing.
I 100% agree. And we're watching your teammate, Thierry Delarue. I mean, he's another one who's won everything there is to win. Do you know what kind of form he's in at the moment?
I think he's in a good form. He trained a lot. So I think he's going to top. He's here for that, at least. Wonderful. So let's see.
Well, look, Selene, I know I'm sure you want to go and celebrate with your friends. So thank you for joining me in the commentary box, and congratulations on yet another gold medal.
Thank you.
Amazing stuff, Selene. Thank you. All right, well, we will say goodbye to Selene Piret, and we will stick with Thierry Delarue and Tanya Chavez. So, Terry. And Sebastian, I know you didn't hear. Oh, Tanya goes up for a big, powerful move, but can't quite stick it. She's down. Yeah, I know you didn't hear it, but he was saying, she was saying how Thierry Delarue is in really good form at the moment. He's been training a lot, really hard.
Yes, he took a break from competition climbing for a while, but Thierry is really the king of AO2, I would say. Like Solenis of AU2.
Yeah, you see certain athletes, it's kind of the Yanya effect. You know, you expect them to win, but pressure can play a part in that.
It can play a part, yes. And for Thierry, you have to know that his leg amputation is coming from a climbing accident. He was falling from 32 meters to the ground.
Oh, wow.
Luckily he survived, and let's see what he can do here.
Well, Sarah Larkham comes on to the stage from Australia. She faces the audience and gets clipped in. Thierry is up on the head wall at the moment. He's breathing hard as well as he hits the left hand here. Crosses underneath and unwinds. This could be a top on this route if he keeps it together. He's still looking fresh.
Come on, Thierry. If one can show us the top, it's him.
Just got that left hand here. Big move towards the top.
The route setter said their solution is over to the left, and then
a high foot. Oh, wow.
Such an intense
There's a rock
position there.
On a heel here.
And using the knee against the other volume. Wow.
And he has got a bit back. He's got a knee on a volume. He's got a knee scrub in. And
there's enough time left. 2 minutes 40 something. You see the clock running on the bottom left.
It's almost a no hands rest, isn't it? Nearly, but not quite. Has he pulled something back? Brings the left foot up. He's got to pop for the top. Close, but not quite.
Oh.
But it's easily the gold medal for Thierry Delarue.
So strong. So strong from Thierry. Congratulations to our champion, world champion.
Great stuff from him. Yeah, that knee will be aching, I'm sure. He had it so locked in on that hold there. And Sarah Larkham
There we see the replay of Jerry almost. Wow. Bringing the feet up very high on the right.
Yeah, that was a great performance from Team France, having a wonderful time watching their athlete there. Right, now Sarah Larkham, I mentioned it earlier, but we have some content about her injury because she broke her leg, heel and back as well, falling off a trad route, swinging into the wall. She had to battle back from that injury. And, you know, Sebastian, you know, traumatic injuries like that are devastating for anyone. Oh, hello, Sec. So she just lost her feet campuses. But she was talking about how mentally it's been quite difficult for her to recover.
Yes, indeed. Sarah lost her leg also due to cancer and followed by an amputation. So she knows how it feels to come back, but this caused by an accident, a climbing accident. And now she's back on the wall. Let's see what Sarah can do here.
Flicks the feet over, smearing on the wall. Comes off on the undercling. Oh, we'll wait and see for those scores to be updated. Team Australia watching on proudly there.
She doesn't know yet. There we see the replay.
Yeah, 35 plus, but way ahead of Dalia there, who's in second position with 23.
So only one more climber to come. The last climber of this Paraclimbing World Championships here in Seoul, South Korea. Lucie Jarige from France.
Yes, and again, a big name in the world of paraclimbing and the world of climbing full stop is Lucie Jarige. So here we go.
Sorry, I have to apologize. I mixed things up. I just said that Sarah lost her leg due to cancer, but I just got here a bit mixed up with my paperwork. This was Lucie. In case of Sarah, it was congenital.
All right, well, there we go. So, Lucie prepares herself and she's underway. The clock starts running and our final para athlete at the 2025 Paraclimbing World Championships is on the wall. Can she do something to take away victory from Sarah Larkham here?
I hope, and Lucie has the potential, that we get someone on the right route at least close to the top. Her teammate Solène Piré already got quite high up there, but still some moves that we haven't seen towards the top.
Yeah, Team France with a great competition throughout the last couple of days.
Very strong performance. So Lucie now in the overhang. Let's see how she can perform here.
Right, into the jug. She'll rest in this position. All right, brings the right foot under. The music steps up a gear. Her pace increases too as she moves away from the rests.
So Lucie now going to the furthest right point of this route. Just climbing without a prosthesis, so she's underway quite quick as she just has to manage one point of contact with her lower limbs. She's super strong. Sometimes she goes to local able-body competition and crushes the field there.
Wow. Yeah, she's got a lovely technique as well. Always secure with her movements here. So into this, what looks like a jug, but it's pretty slopey actually. Not the nicest of holds, especially on the steepness of this wall.
Yeah, you have to pinch it and campusing. Just campusing over now, trying to get the swing and momentum to get there. Yes, and there it is.
It was designed to be like a lâché move, that one. Pretty cool.
So impressive performance there.
Yeah, she swung to really drive your momentum over.
Still doesn't look pumped at all, right?
Not yet, not yet, but a long way to go on this.
Yes, talking chalked up. Now looking where to start the feet. Decides for the right. And she's leaning into it, bumping up into the undercling, which is actually just a tiny screw hold on this big volume. Now getting the option to sit a little bit on the left one and moving further on. With her hands already in the head wall.
Yeah, she crosses up over half a body length onto the angle change now. Just needs to bring the feet up to match where those arms are. This is a shot of her feet just about on that crimp. You've got to be precise though. It's a small surface. Out she goes right. Kicks the foot, slips, she wasn't accurate. And, well, we'll wait and see, Sebastian. Is this an upset? No, it's not. I don't think. I think she has got the gold medal with that.
Yes. According to the judges, that's the gold medal position for her with 40 in comparison to Sarah Lacombe with 35 plus.
So Lucy Jarige takes the gold medal, is the world champion.
So that's it for our Paraclimbing World Championships final here in Seoul, Korea. Last climber leaving the stage now.
This was the lâché swing move in the middle.
Just 5 centimeters more, this wouldn't have been possible. So impressive. Great performance from Lucy, using her stump there to lean on the volume, and then that's the place where I lost it. She
didn't quite bring the foot up high enough. It was so close.
Such a close moment there.
Okay, well, this is the confirmation. Nobuhiro wins men's AU3, followed by Benson. Michael Moore-Sapir has to settle for bronze this time, with Mason down in fourth with 25 plus. Yeah, 35 plus enough to win that category. Rosaline Schauper with a 40, way out in front of Manka in second, and then Oriane in third with 22 plus. A big range of scores there on that category. Then Selene Piret wins over Lucia Capovella and Elena Rubin in third place. Silhouette Tetaz after that. And then Terry Delarue, the Frenchman, climbs his way to victory. 10 holds over Shui Yuki and Corey Ramos in third in this stacked field here. And then finally, Lucy Jarige wins. We just watched her over Sarah Larkham, who takes the silver, and Dahlia third with the bronze medal, Tanya, and fourth with 22. Now, Sebastian, just briefly, because I know that we might not see you climbing again in a paraclimbing competition. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes, Matt. I finished 14th in this competition, and for the German team, they were introduced new standards now because of the Paralympic status. And I didn't meet the criteria to be good enough to stay on the team. So that's it.
Well, look, Sebastian, if it's the last time we see you on stage, I just want to thank you for your incredible career. And on a personal level, Sebastian, when I came into this sport, you taught me everything about it. You were kind, you were generous with your time, and you've been on pretty much every live stream I've ever been part of. So thank you so much for contributing so much to the sport you love.
Yeah, thank you, Matt. I still love the sport, and this is some kind of, I would say, like, a sudden, unfortunate ending. I was not expecting it, so I took the decision here and now. And we'll see. It feels for me like the last chapter of paraclimbing is not in the books yet, for me personally, but I have no idea at the moment how this looks like.
All right, well, listen, we'll be back in Laval commentating together there, so I will see you there, and we'll leave you with the podiums and allow you to celebrate with our athletes. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and we'll be back later on this evening for the speed competition. Turn our attention to the men. See you soon.
We started life in Samban Sunday Cruise in May 1985.
It all started in 1979.
Our creator, François Savigny, was studying engineering in Paris.
All he wanted to do was climb.
1993 was the year of the first bolt-on boats.
The demand was there, and in 1989 we were the supplier for the first Climbing World Cup in Leeds, UK.
We were the official supplier of the climbing routes of the Olympic Games.
떼고 생각해볼까요? 나 이렇게 힘도 키우고, 나 이렇게 스윙도 키우고, 스윙률도 좋고, 나 이렇게 새롭게 만나.
Quite excited still because I'm starting to realize it, what happened. So yeah, I'm pretty good.
And it's your first World Championships, I believe.
It's my second World Championship, but my first championship in my category AU3. So yeah.
And just tell me a little bit about the route. How was it?
At first it was pretty easy in the first section, but then it got really hard fast. And I like it how we had to transfer from the right to the left side, and it was a bit different than the normal routes, so it was really fun. I liked it, yeah.
So you said that you've done a few categories. What's the competition like now? Are you seeing more paraclimbers come into climbing?
Yeah, since it got Paralympics, a lot of people are coming in and more athletes are joining, so it's getting bigger and bigger.
So more competition for you?
Yeah, more competition, of course.
Okay, well, congratulations,
Thank
well
you.
done, and enjoy your win.
Thank you.
The Murphy's White Level. Where did my moon go?
How are you feeling? So then, congratulations, how are you feeling?
Thank you. I feel super happy, and I think I need time to process this victory. So
Well, you've won a few now. Surely you should be done processing and just enjoying them.
yeah, right. I will enjoy it.
And tell me a little bit about the competition. How was the route?
The route was amazing. I have to admit that I'm a bit disappointed to fail like at 3 or 4 moves from the top. I wanted to top it, and I think it was really doable. So yeah, now I'm like, I should have done that.
Well, can you just tell me a bit about paraclimbing at the moment? Because the competition's getting a lot tougher. They're getting more people. What have you got to do to kind of stay ahead of everyone?
I train a lot. And yeah, it's always more and more pressure, so you have to deal with that. And I try to stay on shape and to stay strong. It's a long process.
And what are you going to do tonight to celebrate the win?
I'm gonna go with my teammates and have a good dinner and celebrate all the medals we have in the French team. So I think it's gonna be great.
Perfect. Well, enjoy that celebration. Congratulations and well done.
Thank you.
And today, we carry that spirit forward. Relentless effort and perseverance. In 2025, 2025 IPC General Assembly.
Whether you are a climber, home wall, or gym owner, their platform has everything you need. From durable thermoplastic backdrops to resin to wooden poles, which are really good for training.
With Eurohold, getting what you need is always fast, reliable, and easy. Go to eurohold.com and check it out.
내가 하는 거 잘 봐.
단순 체험이 아니다. 플레이 스포츠 중 가장 운동강도가 높고 재밌는 새로운 운동. 스포츠와 게임을 동시에 즐겨라. 현실과 가상을 넘나드는 신개념 전문 스포츠 에이어 클라이밍. 대한민국 디지털 스포츠 넘버원 아스포츠.
떼고 생각해볼까요? 나 이렇게 힘도 키우고, 나 이렇게 수익도 키우고, 수익률도 좋고, 나 이렇게 새롭게 만나고, 나 이렇게 가족도 챙기고, 나 이렇게 잘 살 수 있도록 나이보다 중요한 건 나이니까. 나에게만 꼭 맞춘 은퇴 설계 솔루션, 나의 소울메이트, 신한 소울메이트. 아시잖아. 아메리칸 프리미엄. 생각나잖아. 아메리칸 프리미엄. 또 주문하잖아. 아메리칸 프리미엄. 아이들아 같이 먹자. 아메리칸 프리미엄 피자. 파파존스. Wait right on the track.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? Will all athletes with podium finishes please gather backstage in the isolation area in preparation for the awards ceremony? Once again, may I have your attention, please? Will all athletes with podium finishes please gather backstage in the isolation area in preparation of the awards ceremony? Thank you.
네, 잠시 후 시상식이 진행될 예정입니다. 우리 선수들 위치를 아시는 분들께서는 우리 선수들이 아이솔레이션 존으로 이동할 수 있도록 도와주시기 바랍니다. 잠시 후에 시상식이 진행될 예정입니다. 시상 예정된 우리 선수들이 아이솔레이션 존으로 이동할 수 있도록 안내해 주시기 바랍니다.
나에게 솔루션, 나의 소울메이트, 친한 소울메이트.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the awards ceremony for the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championship Seoul 2025. We'll begin with the women's RP3 category, and the medals will be presented by Pierre Yu, IFSC Vice President of Paraclimbing, accompanied by Sunju Jun, Korea Paralympic Committee Chief of Training Center.
네, 여러분 지금부터 2025 IFSC 파라클라이밍 세계선수권 대회 시상식을 진행하겠습니다. 오늘 메달 시상자를 소개해드립니다. IFSC 파라클라이밍 부회장 피에르 유, 그리고 이어서 시상품 시상자 소개해드립니다. 대한장애인체육회 전선주 선수촌장님 소개해드립니다.
First, in the women's RP3 category, bronze medalist representing Japan, Momoko Yoshida.
동메달 일본의 요시다 모모코.
Next, silver medalist representing the USA, Nat Morrow.
은메달 미국의 넷 보레.
And our gold medalist and winner of the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championship Seoul 2025, representing Brazil, Marina Diaz.
금메달 IFSC 세계선수권대회 우승자 브라질의 마리나 디아스.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise if you are able to for the national anthem of Brazil.
네, 여러분, 브라질 국가 연주가 있겠습니다.
once again to all of our medalists of the women's RP3 category here at the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships.
네, 여자 RP3 종목 모든 수상자들에게 다시 한번 축하의 말씀 전해드립니다.
And next, introducing the award ceremony for the men's RP3 category at the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships, Seoul 2025.
IFSC 파라클라이밍 세계 선수권 대회 남자 RP3 종목 시상식을 시작합니다.
Today's medals will be presented by Marco Skolaris, IFSC President.
네, 메달은 IFSC 회장 마르코 스콜라리스가 시상해 주시겠습니다.
Accompanied by Chua-Jin Cho, KAF President.
네, 시상품 시상은 대한산악연맹 조좌진 회장님께서 수고해 주시겠습니다.
Introducing your bronze medalist, representing the Netherlands, Jamie Barendrecht.
동메달 네덜란드의 제이미 바렌드렉.
Next, your silver medalist, representing Belgium, Camille Collier.
은메달 벨기에 까미유 코리에.
And now, the gold medalist and winner of the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships in Seoul 2025, representing Japan, Kazuhiko Yamashita.
금메달 IFSC 파라클라이밍 세계선수권 대회 RP3 종목 일본의 야마시타 카즈코.
Gentlemen, please rise if you are able to and turn your attention to the center of the stage for the national anthem of Japan.
네, 일본의 국가 연주가 이어집니다.
Congratulations once again to all of our medalists of the men's RP3 category at the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships.
메달 수상자분들에게 축하의 말씀 전해드립니다.
Introducing our next award ceremony for the women's RP2 category here at the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships.
네, 계속해서 여자 RP2 종목 시상식 이어가겠습니다.
Bronze medalist representing Japan, Matoi Futahashi.
동메달 일본의 푸타하시 마토이.
Next, silver medalist representing Austria, Yasmin Plank.
은메달 오스트리아의 자스민 플랭크.
And introducing your gold medalist and winner of the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships Seoul 2025, representing the USA, Emily Zielenfront.
금메달은 미국의 에밀리 살리프랜드에게 돌아갑니다.
Once again, these are your medalists for the women's RP2 category. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise if you are able to and turn your attention to the center of the stage for the national anthem of the United States of America.
네, 미국의 국가 연주가 이어집니다.
Congratulations once again to all of our medalists in the women's RP2 category at the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships.
네, IFSC 파라클라이밍 대회 세계선수권 대회에서 여자 RP2 종목 수상하신 것을 축하드립니다.
And next, we present the award ceremony for the women's AU3 category at the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships Seoul 2025.
네, 계속해서 2025 IFSC 서울 파라클라이밍 세계선수권 대회 여자 AU3 종목 시상식을 진행합니다.
Bronze medalist, representing France, Oriane Ilpide.
동메달에 프랑스 오리안 일피드.
And next, silver medalist, representing Slovenia, Manka Smreka.
은메달 슬로베니아의 만카 스마레카르.
And finally, the gold medalist and winner of the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships Seoul 2025, representing Germany, Rosalie Schaupert.
금메달 독일의 로잘 샤퍼.
These are your medalists for the women's AU3 category. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you are able to for the national anthem of Germany.
독일의 국가 연주가 이어집니다.
Congratulations once again to our medalists of the women's AU3 category at the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships.
멋진 경기를 펼쳐준 우리 선수들에게 다시 한번 축하를 전합니다.
And next, we present the award ceremony for the men's AU3 category here at the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships, Seoul 2025.
네, 계속해서 남자 AU3 종목 시상식 진행합니다.
Bronze medalist, representing Israel, Mor Michael Sapir.
동메달 이스라엘의 모로 미카엘 사피르.
And silver medalist, representing Hungary, Bence Kerekes.
은메달 헝가리의 벤스 케르케스.
And finally, your gold medalist and winner of the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships, representing Japan, Nobuhiro Yasuoka.
금메달 일본의 야스라오카 노부히로 선수에게 돌아갑니다.
These are your medalists for the men's AU3 category. And ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise if you are able to and turn your attention to the center of the stage for the national anthem of Japan.
네, 이어서 일본의 국가 연주가 있겠습니다.
Congratulations once again to all of our medalists here at the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships.
네, 2025 파라클라이밍 세계 선수권대회 남자 AU3 종목 수상을 축하드립니다.
Ladies and gentlemen, please send another big round of applause for all of our medalists. And next, presenting the award ceremony for the women's AL2 category at the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships, Seoul 2025.
네, 계속해서 파라클라이밍 세계선수권대회 여자 AL2 종목 시상식을 진행합니다.
Bronze medalist, representing the USA, Dahlia Hansen.
동메달 미국의 달리아 한센.
And silver medalist, representing Australia, Sarah Larkham.
은메달 호주의 사라 말콤.
And your gold medalist and winner of the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships, representing France, Lucie Jarrig.
금메달 프랑스의 루시 자리즈.
These are your medalists here at the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships. And ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise if you are able to for the national anthem of France.
네, 이어서 프랑스의 국가 연주가 있겠습니다.
Congratulations once again to all of our medalists at the Women's AL2 IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships.
수상하신 선수들 모두 축하드립니다.
Introducing our next award ceremony for the men's AL2 category at the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships, Seoul 2025.
네, 계속해서 남자 AL2 종목 시상식을 진행합니다.
Bronze medalist representing the USA, Corey Ramos.
은메달 미국의 코레이 라모스.
Next, silver medalist, representing Japan, Shuhei Yuki.
은메달 일본의 유키 슈헤이.
And finally, your gold medalist and winner of the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships, representing France, Thierry Delarue.
금메달 프랑스의 티에리 델라리.
These are your medalists for the AL2 men's category here at the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships. And ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise if you are able to for the national anthem of France.
네, 프랑스의 국가 연주가 이어집니다.
Congratulations once again to all of our medalists at the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships.
네, 자랑스러운 메달을 목에 건 우리 선수들의 모습이 멋집니다. 축하드립니다.
And next, our award ceremony for the women's AU2 category at the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships Seoul 2025.
네, 2025 IFSC 패라클라이밍 세계선수권 대회 여자 AU2 종목 마지막 시상식을 시작하겠습니다.
Bronze medalist representing the USA, Eleanor Rubin.
동메달은 미국의 엘레너 루빈.
And silver medalist representing Italy, Lucia Capovilla.
은메달 이탈리아의 루시아 카포빌라.
And finally, your gold medalist and winner of the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships, representing France, Solène Piret.
파라클라이밍 세계선수권 대회 금메달 프랑스의 솔렌 피레 선수에게 돌아갑니다.
Here are your medalists for the women's AU2 category. And ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise if you are able to and turn your attention to the center of the stage for the national anthem of France.
프랑스의 국가 연주가 이어집니다.
Congratulations once again to our medalists here at the IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships.
네, 마지막으로 여자 AU2 종목에서 수상하신 우리 선수들에게 축하의 말씀을 전해드립니다.
This concludes our IFSC Paraclimbing World Championships Seoul 2025. We thank you for joining us and celebrating and commemorating all of our medalists.
네, 이것으로 IFSC 파라클라이밍 세계선수권대회 시상식을 모두 마칩니다. 오늘 함께 해주시고 끝까지 지켜봐주신 여러분 감사합니다.
We would also like to remind everybody that the men's speed finals of the IFSC Climbing World Championships will continue at 8 p.m. local time. We hope that you join us and take your seats in front of the speed wall to watch the final members of the men's speed category.
오늘 저녁 8시 바로 이곳 K스포점에서 남자 스피드 경기 결승전이 이어지겠습니다.